writing my yearly letter. So what I've been doing for 5 years now. It's another way of me, like, I guess just trying to get my feelings out. This is, maybe some type of healing for me. Still good for me to tie it up and let it go.
Once a year on March 29th, Royce Keyes sends a balloon skyward. A letter to a loved one from the child he used to be, a kid named Will Hobson. Describe the place you were born, East Palo Alto.
It was the former murder capital of the United States of America.
This is the most dangerous neighborhood in America.
The dope era.
Crack is part of everyday life in East Palo Alto.
I was born in it. This is the house where I grew up in. Like, I've driven by here, but I've never took the opportunity to get out and just soak things in because it hurts.
When you're in an environment where there's a lot of negativity, crime, drugs, it's easy to get looped into that lifestyle.
Among them were Keyes' own parents, Will Hobson Sr., an alcoholic not often present, and his mother, Nita, who waged a mostly losing battle with drug addiction.
She wasn't living in the house.
Didn't hear from her, didn't see her. I love my mother because she gave me life, but I think even to this day, I'm pissed off at her. I'm not gonna lie. The absenteeism, not seeing her, it was hurtful.
When she came around, she would try her best, and I was just angry, fucking angry. And I had all this hatred. I used to hate seeing kids with their moms. I would purposely pick fights with kids who had their moms in their lives because you have something I want, and I can't have that, so I'm gonna make you feel bad.
That relationship with boys and their mothers, it's different. When we would have conversations, he would always bring up Mom, I wonder what she's doing and if she saw this that I did. And I think not to have that definitely took some type of toll on him.
In his parents' absence, Keyes was raised by his grandparents, who didn't merely provide a stable home, but endowed him with a passion. It began with regular trips to a storied old venue.
Wrestling Challenge comes to you this week from the historic Cow Palace Arena.
Do you remember the first time your grandparents took you to the Cow Palace?
Yes, it was almost like mystic, like it was something that wasn't real, like it was almost like something out of a movie.
Whoa! Oh my goodness, this place has turned into an asylum!
With Will, every day was something about wrestling.
The Royal Rumbles we had here, like we had to throw each other over this fence. The pro wrestlers, they were my heroes. They brought me peace.
The wrestling itself, considering all the danger around you, offers a measure of salvation.
If I didn't have wrestling, I would be in San Quentin, or I would be in Alta Bates Cemetery, or Skyline Cemetery.
Eventually, Keyes came to think of professional wrestling not merely as a dream, but a vocation. And by his early 20s, he'd begun a long and grueling apprenticeship.
I've been paid $20 driving from Cali to Vegas and back. But, that's nothing.
Nothing compared to what?
Like how my life was.
If Keyes struggled to create a career, his mother just plain struggled. Arrested at least 6 times between 2003 and 2005.
There was a point where my mom was incarcerated and I didn't talk to her for about 7 years. You know, I remember she wrote me a letter. I love you so much. I'm proud of you. And I was like, man, let me just tell her how I feel. And I told her, like, I cried for so many years wanting you. I let her know how I felt, and I remember the letter I got back, and she's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, this made me cry, and shit, like, I just hated she wasn't around. Like, I'm just mad because you're not here.
Still, Keys persevered, through long drives and longer nights on the independent circuit, leaving lasting impressions along the way.
His real introduction to me was he picked me up for a World's Strongest Slam, and I didn't know him, and the lights went out, a full blackout in the arena, which would indicate we don't need to follow through. You can just put me down. But he still followed through and slammed me. And in the moment, you could hear my brother in the other corner laughing because it was such a loud noise. I have really liked Will since day one because he seems like he's doing this for the right reasons. And with everything he's gone through with his family, he was such a pro, so mature, and just on the right side of everything.
By 2020, top wrestling promotions had finally begun to take notice. So too had his mother.
I get a message from my mom telling me how proud she is of me. Like she was proud of me. My mom is proud of me.
At that time, my mom's effort definitely meant a lot to Will.
She's like, you know, you're my baby boy. Like, I told your auntie this about you. I told your auntie that. Make sure she watches you. Like, she bragged on me, and I felt good.
Felt good for a time, at least. But in the summer of 2021, he got a call.
Hey, your mom is sick in the hospital.
I got the call from Will, and the doctors are saying that she is brain dead. Machines are keeping her alive, so there was nothing that could be done.
On August 3rd, Nita Hobson was taken off life support. She was 61.
Cause of death?
It was an overdose.
Will was an emotional wreck. Regardless of what demons she went through, we knew that our mom loved us.
I remember when I found out about my mom, Cody Rhodes dropped everything for me, made sure I was okay, sent my kids food. It's kind of one of those people that were there for you when you need them.
Losing a parent, that's extremely hard. I'd experienced that myself, and I wanted to take the approach of, I'm very sorry, and thoughts, prayers, but also tell me your favorite memory. Will, what was your mom like? And in his case, I thought maybe that can help if we talk about it. Because I think that's part of this. We carry them with us, right?
Dear Mommy, another birthday without you. Life seems so unfair. I can hear you say, don't be sad, I'm okay. You're missed so much down here.
Every year, I'll write a note, buy some balloons, attach the note to the balloons and let it go. I'll know as much as I try, like, I'll never be able to reach and talk to her, but I have to try because I miss my mom.
Last January, he made his WWE debut at the Royal Rumble
Don't believe a word he's saying. Don't believe a word he's saying.
and took the name Royce Keys. Royce being the name of his youngest son, and Keys, a nickname for his mother, a tribute to which past informs present every time his name is called.
Welcome, Royce Keys, to WWE.
I know my mom is with me. Like, I feel it. Anytime before I go out to the ring, I say a little prayer. And I ask that she look over me.
He's had a lot of adversity growing up, but Royce Keys will always rise to the occasion. I don't think any moment is too big for him.
And it hasn't failed yet. It's been keeping me going.